So how was dating with guys? Like, did guys always want to come over your house to like meet your father?
Yes, they did. I think that the dating situation, at first I was like, oh, the guys like me. And yeah, of course, I'm not going to discredit myself that much, but yeah, I got dates very easily. And there was a handful that I really liked. And then I'd go around their friends at like the first party and they're like, you're Terry's daughter. And I'm like, who are you? I didn't like how I thought I'm like meeting his friends. And so I could tell that he had just talked about me in that form instead of, hey, I'm bringing a girl around. And then I had a really serious high school boyfriend, like my high school sweetheart, Justin Davidson, and he was a golfer, like not into football at all. So that was, that was really genuine.
Were you into football?
I hated football, to be honest, for the longest time. And then when I moved, I was 18 when I moved to Nashville, and I became more of a football fan because football, dad was gone a lot. He was working. They filmed the show in LA, and, he's doing commercials and doing all this stuff. And football is always on Thanksgiving, Christmas. So there was a lot of really important like holidays we missed out with him. So I kind of like was bitter towards football, and then I loved it once I got older and I wasn't a little brat anymore about being selfish.
Do your sisters like football, or were you just like I mean, I'm a non-sports person, so just curious.
Lacey's the athlete. She loves football.
Right.
Aaron and I love it in the background with like a beer in hand on a Sunday.
And we
I'm
see
not like, a diehard like fan of a team or anything.
and we see Lacey on the show kind of being more into sports than
Yes.
the two
Yeah.
of you. Were you a reality TV fan, or like, are you, or were you before the Bradshaw Bunch came about?
So I have always loved reality TV. It's either reality or it's movies. And I always thought it would be so cool if we did a reality show as a family. But obviously dad was never into that. It was never, even an option. And then when this all came about and we got the show, I couldn't believe it. Hey, this was all dad's idea. He was so excited about it. And then it just worked out, or happened to, be picked up by E and all. But yeah, I always was fascinated with that process. And I've had friends that have done very successful reality shows that got a lot out of them and had a great time. And so that's kind of the way I took it. But Aaron and Lacey were like, I do not know what the hell we're getting ourselves into, but now they love it.
And it was all, so what are some of your favorite reality shows, or like what were some from the past?
Um, I I love Kardashians. I always have. I just love the Kardashians. My best friend Jessie Decker, her and Eric had a show on E. I loved their show. Um, and then the Housewives franchise, those are really entertaining. Growing up, Laguna Beach, like all those shows are just
Laguna Beach and the Hills, those are
Laguna Beach
classics.
in the hills. Like that's what I grew up with. And so that was just kind of like, I just love reality.